In ancient Egypt, breaking the law didn't just mean punishment. It meant something worse. Not just pain, not just suffering, but erasure. Because in this civilization, your body could be punished, but your name could be destroyed forever. We often imagine ancient Egypt as a land of pyramids, gold, and powerful pharaohs. But behind that beauty was a system built on fear. A system where laws were not just rules, they were warnings. And punishment was not just about justice, it was about control. Because in ancient Egypt, when someone broke the law, they didn't just disappear, they became an example. Ancient Egypt was one of the most organized civilizations in history. At the center of everything was order, balance, a concept known as Ma'at, the idea that the world must remain in harmony. But maintaining that harmony required control, and control required fear. The pharaoh was not just a ruler, he was seen as divine, a living God, which meant breaking the law that was not just a crime, it was an offense against order itself. And that changed everything, because punishment was not about fairness, it was about restoring balance, making sure no one else dared to step out of line. And this is where things start to get darker, because in a system like this, mercy was not the priority. Control was. Not every crime led to death, but that didn't make the punishment easy for smaller crimes like theft, lying, or disobedience. Punishment was public, visible, humiliating, and that was intentional. Because the goal was not just to punish one person, but to send a message to everyone watching. People were beaten in public, displayed, made to suffer where others could see. But here's what made it worse. It wasn't just physical pain, it was humiliation, loss of dignity, loss of respect. Because once society saw you as a criminal, you were marked, and that mark did not disappear. For more serious crimes, punishments became harsher: forced labor, endless work under extreme conditions, stone, heat, exhaustion. And this is where the suffering became something else. Because this wasn't quick, it wasn't immediate, it was slow, relentless, a punishment designed to break a person over time. But that still wasn't the worst part, because some punishments went beyond the body, into something deeper, something far more permanent. In ancient Egypt, your name was everything. It was your identity, your existence, your connection to the afterlife. Because Egyptians believed as long as your name was remembered, you would live on. But if your name was erased, you would be lost forever. And this was the most terrifying punishment of all, because it didn't just destroy your life, it destroyed your eternity. Names were removed from records, scratched off walls, deleted from history as if the person never existed. And that was the ultimate fear, not death, but being forgotten. Ancient Egypt was powerful, advanced, extraordinary, but beneath that greatness was a system built on fear, a system where punishment was not just justice, but control. Because when people are afraid, they obey, and when they obey, order survives. And the question is, was ancient Egypt truly a civilization of greatness, or a system so powerful that fear kept it alive?